There we go. Hey, it's Kevin. It's Friday. It's live from lockdown. Here we are again, checking in. Oh my goodness. Hello, everybody. Lots of people here already. Thanks so much for joining me. Treat to be back. Number 41. Welcome to Live from Lockdown number 41. I decided to start counting because, man, there's been a lot of them. Coming to you, my almost weekly live stream from my somewhat nomadic lockdown studio, currently in the village of Leith on the north side of Edinburgh, in the wonderful country of Scotland. And what a treat to be here. As usual, I want to honor the people who have gone before me on this land. This is a land with a rich history. Over many millennia, many people, Scots and Picts and invading English and Romans, few invading English this very week, as a matter of fact, but that's another conversation. Anyway, I want to honor and thank all the people who have kept this land alive and vibrant for so many millennia, and particularly want to thank the many fabulous friends I have here in Edinburgh who have made me feel very welcome since I got here. So thank you very much to all of you. I opened, of course, with a tune by Joni Mitchell called Big Yellow Taxi. They paved paradise and put up a parking lot. It's kind of a double dedication. My sister Bronwyn, my wonderful sister Bronwyn, who lives on the west coast of Canada and of whom I often speak, regularly requests that one. She's a big Joni Mitchell fan and a big fan of that tune, so I want to send that out to Bronwyn. And also to my very good friend Ola Weeb, whose birthday it is today. Happy birthday, Ola. I heard that amongst other music you like, you're a Joni Mitchell fan, and I thought I would add that one. I've talked to all of you about Ola a few times. Ola's a great friend. Ola and her partner Dave. Let me put it this way. Anything about this Live from Lockdown that looks good is a result of Ola and Dave. The graphics along the bottom, the black drop, the tips about the black backdrop, the fabric, the good quality webcam, the tips on how to find that and how to run it. All of that comes from Ola and Dave. So thank you very much. Fabulous supporters. And man, seems to be there's a new little competition going on about who gets in on the live video first. But it looks like, I don't know, did Dave get there first this time? That's kind of funny. Anyway, happy birthday, Ola. Thanks to Bronwyn. Hope you like the Joni Mitchell. Stick around. There'll be more. Not more Joni Mitchell, but some more birthday tunes and a few things like that. But now more music. I listened last week. I don't know. Sometimes I talk too much. I'll try not to talk too much. This is a standard, a jazz standard by Cole Porter, wonderful composer. There we are. One of Cole Porter's more complex tunes in my experience. This is a tough one, but it's fun to play. I'm going to read it because I need a bit of help. You do something to me. Do Something to Me. Ain't that the truth? That is a tough tune. But thanks for sticking with me for that. I should say that if you want to hear how that tune's really supposed to go, or hear arguably a better version of that tune, tune in next Wednesday night. I'm planning to do a live stream with my very favorite Scottish singer, Susanna MacDonald, who is a fantastic singer. And the guitar voice duo is one of my favorite musical settings. I love to play in that setting, and there's nothing like playing with Susanna. So the details aren't exactly set, but there's a link in the notes on the side of the page. It'll be Wednesday, it'll be in the evening if you're in the UK, and in the afternoon if you're in Toronto or New York, and it'll be around lunchtime if you're on the West Coast, the North American West Coast, that is. And stay tuned, I'll post some details once we sort that out, but I'm looking forward to that. And I can't promise that Susanna's going to sing You Do Something to Me, but it is a tune that we like to do. So maybe you can check that out. I will say, as I do every week, if you've got an income and you're able to support live music endeavors like this, it's hugely appreciated if you want to make a donation. Again, those links on the side of the page. I've got my PayPal account and my Ko-Fi account. And if you're in Canada, you can send me an e-transfer right along the bottom of the page here to my email address. Greatly appreciated. Again, huge thanks to the many people who support me really regularly. It means an awful lot. It's really appreciated. It's tough these days being a musician, and there are lots of us out here trying to do this. If you want to support somebody else this week, please stick around and enjoy the art, and send your money where you can, if you can. And if you're like me and you don't have much of an income, no shame. Just enjoy the art. Cheers. Thank you. I'm going to play another tune on this kind of space age nylon string guitar, which seems to be distorting a little bit today. I got a bit of a sound problem I'm going to have to sort out. Hope it's not too bad out there in Facebook land or YouTube land. Here's an original of mine that hasn't been played very much. I actually wrote this, or started to write this, on a train trip, a gig on the train in Canada with that very same Susanna MacDonald a couple of years ago. I wrote it in the key of B flat. I changed it to the key of A major to make it sit a little easier on the guitar, in case you want to play along. And I'm still kind of working on it, but I thought I'd give it a shot. This is called Stars for Now. There you go. That's called Stars for now, or it's called Stars for now. Who knows? Another one to keep working on. Guitar strings are a funny thing, and they're you put them on and they're new and they stretch and they don't stay in tune, and they spend about 5 minutes in perfect shape, and then they start to deteriorate. And I think these things have just passed the curve. They're pretty close. I always like to remind you about my original recordings that are for sale on Bandcamp. I haven't recorded that last tune of mine, Stars for Now. I might someday, but some other tunes of mine are on this record called Share the Wealth, and here's the album I may be most proud of recently with my band, the Special Interest Group. All of these things are on the Bandcamp page, the links to which, yet again, are in the notes on the side of the page. And today is a very special day because, no, not today. Next week is a very special day when it's the first Friday of February, and therefore, once again, Bandcamp Friday. Bandcamp, once a month, on the first Friday of the month, waives even the small fee that they take for recordings. So, buy a record now if you feel like it, but if you want to be extra generous, wait and do it next week. So remember to check those out, and remember that I'm still teaching guitar and doing some recording here in my remote place. I can record tracks for your album and send them to you. I can teach you a guitar lesson over Skype or Zoom or any way you like if you're interested in any of that. Yet again, I'm easy to get a hold of, and I'd love to do that. I've got a few regular students I've seen of late. We're having lots of fun working on music and learning how to deal with it in this forum. I'm sure most of you spend way too much time in front of a computer screen these days, and we've got to learn to do what we do in this crazy time. I'm going to play another tune that has become a jazz standard. This is originally from a film in 1950 called A Life of Her Own, which I will confess to not having seen. It became a jazz standard. I don't know how that first happened. I think I first became aware of this tune by the recording that Bill Evans and Eddie Gomez did. But it's been recorded by many, many jazz players and others. It's also in what we call a fake book, the book of tunes that us young people wanting to be jazz players at that point of my life would read, and I learned it there originally. I've been playing it ever since. I got a new loop pedal this week. Did I tell you? I got a new loop pedal this week. I'm so excited. Now I got two, and that means I can pre-record some things. So this is a tough tune to play solo. So I pre-recorded a loop to play along with this one. This is a tune called Invitation, and I hope you like it. There we go. There you go. That's called Invitation. Another tough tune to play. I got to work on getting out of my loops with this new loop pedal. A little abrupt on the ending there. Sorry about that. I'll try to smooth those out in future weeks. I think get rid of that one. I might need this later. A couple of birthdays I want to acknowledge this week. I didn't learn a new trick, but I thought of a new trick, and I tagged a few of you. I don't know if it worked, if any of you birthday people are listening, but I'm just trying to get attention. But get your attention if I'm going to say happy birthday to you. And I want to say a very special happy birthday to Emily MacDonald, who you may notice shares a surname with my favorite Scottish singer. They share parents as well. Emily is Susanna's sister, and Emily lives in Brighton in the south of England. And it was her birthday on Tuesday, on the 26th. Happy birthday, Emily. Hope you had a great one, despite the lockdown. And right here in Edinburgh, although all the way from Perth in Australia, my very good friend Chris Grieve, who is a fantastic trombone player and a producer and arranger and a really good guy to have in your court. He's been a bunch of help. He's the guy who sourced me this mandolin, as a matter of fact, very shortly after I arrived here in Edinburgh. through his friends Martin and Inga. And Chris shares a birthday with Emily. Chris also had a birthday on Tuesday the 26th. Happy birthday, Chris Grieve. And as I mentioned, Ola Weeb off the top, for whom I played a Joni Mitchell tune. And Ola, I hope you can stick around. There's one more little birthday treat coming for you at the end of the show. Don't want to give anything away. But now, for you Yippers mandolin people, I suppose I should check, make sure I'm not getting any dangerous messages. Looks like people are there, and nobody's saying you can't hear me. Good. Time to play the mandolin. Yet again, I'm going to repeat something. I'm going to play a tune I've done before. I believe this is a traditional tune from Puerto Rico. I don't know how traditional it is, but it's a tune that comes originally from Puerto Rico. And Stuart Seidel, my good friend and colleague on the west coast of Canada, who often has sent me, I think he got the message that I got overloaded, and he hasn't sent me too many mandolin tunes lately, but this is one that he recommended and sent me a chart so that I could learn it, sent me a few links, and I listened to a few people play it. I'm going to try to do it without the chart. This is a Puerto Rican tune called La Arboleda. I did it once before. It's in A minor. Louise Bevan, if you're listening, it's in A minor. Watch out. The C section goes to A major briefly. I'm sure you'll be all over it. I hope you like it. La Arboleda. There you go. Thank you to all of you for your patience with my mandolin attempts. Ha. Oh, that's fun. That's a fun one. A minor is a nice mandolin key. Still a tough tune. I'm going to carry on with another request from my sister Bronwyn. Again, you've heard me talk about the long list of tunes I'll never get through that she has suggested. But she's a fan of tunes from her youth, and amongst other great pop songwriters of that era, she's a big Joe Jackson fan. And this is a tune that she suggested to me not too long ago. I have to confess I wasn't familiar with, because when she was busy listening to Joe Jackson and all that pop tune, I was in my youth trying to be a jazz snob, which I finally gave up when I realized I'd never really just be a jazz guitar player. Who wants to be anyway? But anyway, I missed these tunes the first time around. But this is a Joe Jackson tune that as far as I know, first appeared on his 1979 album, Look Sharp. And I have to say, I wondered if Bronwyn was making a point of dedicating this one to me when she asked for it, because it's called Fools in Love. Anyway, I'm going to set up a bit of a loop to get rolling, which will take me a minute, and then here it comes by Joe Jackson, Fools in Love. There we go. I want to do that? Yeah. Other kind of lovers, fools in love. Is there any other kind of pain? Everything you do, everywhere you go now, everything you touch, everything you feel, everything you see, everything you know now, everything you do it for your lady love, your lady love, your lady love, your lady love. Fools in love. Are there any creatures more pathetic? Knowing that they've lost the game. everything you feel, everything you do, everything you go now, everything you see, everything you know now, everything you do it for your lady love, lady love, lady love, lady love. Who's in love? They think they're heroes, 'cause they get to feel more pain. I say fools in love are zeros. I should know, because there's fools in love again. Fools in love gently hold each other's hands forever. Fools in love gently tear each other limb from limb. Everything you do, everywhere you go now, everything you touch, everything you feel, everything you do, even your rock and roll now, nothing means a thing but your lady love, lady love, lady love, lady love. Who's in love? They think they're heroes, 'cause they get to feel more pain. I say fools in love are zeros. I should know, because there's fools in love again. Think they're heroes, 'cause they get to feel more pain. I say fools in love are zeros. I should know, because there's fools in love again. Fools in love. There you go. Thank you. Thanks, Brahman, for the idea. And to all of you for listening. A lot of words in that one. Got this bad habit of learning these tunes, in the day or two before my Friday show, and as you can tell, I'm reading the lyrics and trying to keep up, but not always delivering quite. Oh, time's passing. I got a little message of love for all of you and one more tune. This might be a bit of a shorter show than sometimes. I tell you I'm going to finish by 10. I rarely do, but I might do it this time. 10 here, whatever it is, an hour after whenever you started looking. I love that I got people in different time zones watching this show all the time. I think I'll have at least 4 different time zones covered, so that's pretty cool. Thank you very much to all of you for always tuning in. So, my brief message of love is mostly wear your mask, stay home, keep the circle small, let's beat this thing. What a tough time it is. I've already complained about that with respect to being a musician, but it's tough for all of us. Had a few conversations with friends this week who are really getting the COVID blues or the pandemic blahs or run down by the isolation. I think lots of us are getting on on the nerves of each other, living together in close quarters. It's tough. But let's see if we can beat this one. Here's the thing that I've been thinking about this week. I think we are entering a very dangerous time in this pandemic, as if it wasn't dangerous enough. The vaccine's rolling out, and all of a sudden we're starting to see a lot of really ugly competition. start to unfold. Mostly that those few multinational pharmaceutical corporations, massive corporations, wielding enormous power. Pfizer, I understand, is using its leverage, having a vaccine, to lobby the Canadian government for more corporate tax breaks. Big fight with AstraZeneca and the EU going on the last couple of days. And everywhere, it seems to me, it's huge corporations and wealthy nations fighting with each other. And on top of that, some very wealthy individuals invoking their own privilege to try to manipulate their way to the front of the line of the pandemic. There's a disgusting story about someone in Western Canada flying to a remote community in the Yukon and getting in line for a vaccine. Just outrageous, self-centered, really unhelpful behavior. The vaccine's not going to solve this thing on its own, and it's certainly not going to do it if we don't learn to share it around. And of course, wealthy individuals and wealthy nations and wealthy corporations fighting with each other leave a whole bunch of people in the dust. And the poor of this world, the poor in our own wealthy countries and the poor nations, are going to be waiting a long time at this rate to get any kind of a protection from this horrible, horrible pandemic. And I think that if we don't democratize the distribution of this vaccine, we're in grave danger of only seeing a massive increase in inequality across the globe. I've been talking over my live streams about principles of a just recovery, and trying to build a more equitable and equal world is first and foremost amongst those. And if the vaccine's any indication, we're going in the opposite direction. Let's think about that and see if we can turn that around, shall we? Instead of fighting with each other, it's not going to help. There you go. I love you. That's why I tell you those. That's why I rant about these kind of things for you. You know that, right? I hope. Things looking okay there. One more tune. As usual, a loop. Take me a bit of a time to set this up. And this is an extra special birthday dedication to my very good friend Ola Weeb, who's down in Bournemouth in the south of England, where things have been tough with this pandemic. I hope you and Dave are safe, staying home. I heard a rumor that, as well as being a Joni Mitchell fan, that Ola was partial to the music of the great Nick Drake, whom I'm assuming many of my listeners know. Brilliant, brilliant songwriter who, like too many people, did not receive kind of appropriate recognition for his skills in his lifetime and left us very early. He died at the age of 26 after releasing 3 albums. He was signed to Island Records when he was just 20 years old, did a couple of records, and then got a little tired of the orchestration and the additions that were being made, and did a 3rd record, much more pared down, with just him and his acoustic guitar. And this is a tune from that record. This is perhaps one of his most pared down, simple tunes. But it lends itself to some looping, which is why I chose it. It's a tune called No, which is from that album Pink Moon, his 3rd album. First track on side 2, for those of you who remember spinning vinyl. Those days. I'm sure you can get this tune in other formats. I found the digital one to remind myself of how it goes. So anyway, thank you for listening. As usual, I'll spend a bit of time setting up that loop, and then I'll play the melody and maybe even sing the words. There's not many words, and solo out on it. And hope you're having a great night. Stay safe, everybody. I think I'll do that over here. very much for joining me. I miss you. I love you. I'll see you soon.